Well, there was this article done by CBS News. And this was an article done back in August, but it's been getting more views this past week. And it has a lot to do with how people think about the economy, right? And so, you and I always think about, well, economic news, right? That should give us an insight on the economy. Maybe what the Fed says or what the Fed does should give us an insight on the economy. Also, on this show, we've talked about what we personally have as our financial situation, like when we go to the gas pump, when we go to the grocery store, that gives us kind of a perception about what the economy is. But the one that a lot of us, like, that are in the markets and that are looking at the broad market don't really think about is just the political, view, right? Political partisanship. And that seems to play a huge role, like bigger than I thought of until I started to hear about it again this week. And I found out that original article. I've got that original article up on the screen here. Um, what it basically says is depending on, who you like for president, that's what you're going to think the economy is doing. Sorry, I scrolled down to all these ads. They're streaming. The CBS is, I guess, their website is one of those ones. But for instance, if you are on the red side of the aisle, you probably believe that the economy is bad, no matter what the economic news is telling you. Well, no matter what the Fed is telling you, no matter what your personal situation is or what you're seeing, in your personal finances or at, your view of the grocery store, you still have this bias that the economy sucks. And if you're on the blue side of the aisle because there's a blue president in office, well, gosh, it might not matter what the Fed says or what the big economic reports that give you like solid statistics are saying. It may not matter what your personal situation is. You think things are good, right? And so I didn't realize, being a data guy and being a pattern observer, that I need to also factor this into kind of when you're thinking about, are people thinking the economy is good? Because when you then go to make investing decisions, right? This is something that people factor into their investing decisions, whether they think the economy is good or not. So you can't just draw your conclusions about what people think the economy is doing based on, economic news, what the Fed says, or even the price of eggs and gas or milk. You also have to take into consideration the huge divide in political partnership. And that was a big aha for me.